Good afternoon and salutations, people. I'm just posting this video just to let you know that I'm not dead and that I'm still making videos, because it's been eons since my last video. So anyway, I decided, since it's been eons since I've made one of these videos, I decided to do a MOC review. And tonight's MOC review is going to be on a guy who I've recently posted a slideshow on. This is Ra, the sun god, who is a bit drunk, as you can see, because So anyway, Ra, backstory first of all, since that's the way these reviews go. Anyway, Ra is the captain of the guard in the city of Osiris, which is the city of the gods. That's right, Ra is a god. Yeah, I know. Bit of a strange plot twist there. I don't know why anyone would ever not expect that. Anyway, Osiris is also the sea which Anubis is from, by the way. So yeah, I have kind of tweaked Anubis' backstory a bit since my last review of him. So yeah, he was originally the prince of Osiris, but he decided to run away because he was bored, because he didn't want the life of being pampered all the fucking time, like, you know, royal people do. But anyway, that's Anubis. We're talking about Ra here. So he's the captain of the elite guard of the city of the gods, and as such, the elite guard are the strongest warriors in the city of the gods. They are charged with protecting the city from demons and other such monsters that would dare try to destroy the city and such. And since he is the captain, he is the most powerful of the guards, because I mean, you wouldn't have the weakest guy as the captain of the guard, would you? So anyway, his backstory is quite a tragic one, actually, because what happened to him was, and the elite guard, is they all eventually die, because basically they were sent on one last final mission because a evil was growing, an evil known as Salios, funnily enough. Yeah, Salios' void was growing and beginning to take over the land, and it threatened to consume the city of Osiris. So the elite guard was sent to try and stop Salios' void from spreading and stop the Nightmare King from taking over their city, basically. So they fought Salios. It was a long and arduous battle lasting a few days. And eventually, all but Ra of the elite guard were killed, because none of them could find a way to kill Salios, because Salios is kind of immortal. So Ra made the sacrifice which no one else could have made, as a last resort, because he knew that he couldn't kill Salios no matter what he tried. He created a massive wall of fire around the void to stop it from spreading. Although this is no normal fire, because he didn't use any normal fuel, as, you know, fire. Obviously fire requires fuel, I mean, everyone knows that. This fire was fueled by Ra's own soul. That's right, Ra burnt his own soul for the purpose of creating a massive circle of fire to surround the void. So Ra now stands guarding this wall of fire, an empty shell of himself with no soul, since obviously the soul is being used to fuel the fire. Well, of course this is just a temporary solution, because obviously it will run out eventually. Eventually the fire will die out, because he doesn't have an infinite soul to burn or whatever. So yeah, that's kind of Ra's backstory. Again, I posted a more detailed version of the backstory in the slideshow that I posted ages ago. It's the one with where I used Gwyn, Lord of Cinder's theme song. Yeah. Anyway, now that we've done the the backstory sort of thing, let's get on to the dude himself. As you can see, I used a lot of Chima parts to make this guy because they look so cool. In fact, that's actually the reason why this whole god business exists in the first place, because I just like this armor and stuff and think, why have I used this armor to make my own style of dudes, and they could be really awesome and stuff. That's kind of how these guys are born. So Ra, as you can see, he has golden feet with toe articulation. You don't see that all too often, so that's pretty cool. He's got nice feet which are really awesome. Freaking camera's having a bit of a spaz out for no reason. I don't know if you can see that on the video, but oh well. So yeah, he's got the spike. He's got the awesome feet. He's got this armor with these 2 gold spikes sticking out of it, and then he's got, yeah, I just like the way that this armor looks. It just looks really cool, especially with this weird cloak sort of thing that he's got going on here. He just looks really cool. So if going for a right, you can see that his forearms are completely made of translucent orange pieces. I suppose the idea of this is, since obviously he's the freaking warrior god of sunlight, I want to give him more of a fiery look. So basically the idea here is his forearms are completely engulfed in fire. So you do like fire punches and stuff like that and just burn people's faces off with a single punch, which is awesome. He has that is supposed to be his soul, I've decided. Because yeah, basically most of the god characters that I've made have freaking this is not going well, people, because things are popping up all over my bloody computer for no reason. It has to be now, doesn't it? Yeah, so all the gods have a soul of some sort, which is basically just a normal sort of Zama spear. I think one of them had a sort of green one. I can't remember all the colours, but yeah, I just stuck these random coloured ones in there just to give them this awesome looking soul sort of thing. So, oh yeah, after Ra has kind of burnt his soul, this orb is black, by the way. Oh, and his arms and all the translucent orange pieces are also black. So anyway, I love these shoulder pads. Again, looks really cool. As you can see on the back, he's got these weird sort of spiky fur things. They could be feathers, since he is supposed to be a bird-headed god. So that makes sense. His arms are pretty simplistic, but that's kind of the thing I like with Hero Factory / Chima pieces, because while they can be simplistic in design, they also still look really nice. As you can see, he's got this bird head, which is awesome. He's gonna peck you to death. Yeah, he's probably not gonna do that. Yes, and also his weapon has changed since I did that slideshow of him. He used to have an axe, but now I've turned it into just some sort of a scepter, staff, mace thing, I guess. But it's still basically the same weapon. All that's different now is it has 3 blades on it instead of 2. So this weapon is the Staff of Sunlight. It is a weapon which is dangerous to its user just as much as it is to its enemies. Because this weapon produces so much heat, because it is basically like holding a freaking sun in your hand, basically. It produces so much heat that it can actually scorch its user, and its user must go through intense physical training to be able to wield this weapon. Because if not, they will eventually die, because it's really hot, and yeah, it's not it's not a very good idea to be holding really hot objects for long periods of time. So yeah, Ra is the only person who has ever been able to wield this weapon with no real problems. But even he has his limitations. As such, obviously this weapon is really hot. Basically, it produces so much heat that if it's used for extended periods of time, it'll actually dry up the atmosphere. Literally, all moisture in the area around Ra will just basically disappear because of the intense heat. Which is why it's so dangerous, because it could literally cause a drought just from him using it. And simply touching his enemies with one of these spear things could literally just vaporize them. That's how much heat it is. It just concentrates all the heat into the tip of the blades. So that's his weapon. There's not much else to really talk about. I mean, he obviously, I told you he has these flaming gauntlet sort of things. He is very awesome, because you can get him into some really awesome poses, and he just looks so cool with this flowing sort of cloak thing. He just looks really, really nice. Really nice. Let's see if I can. See, you can just have him sort of posed like he's looking over a mountain or something. You can get him into poses if he behaves, but sometimes even he can sort of fall over. Yeah, I kind of can't get him into that sort of pose, but let me try getting him into some sort of badass fighting pose. So yeah, that's Ra. Yeah, he's about the size of a normal Toa, maybe taller. That's about his size. But I just really like this MOC. He's really cool. I just love his design and everything. Also, the way his head works with him is pretty cool, because the head itself actually has these sort of like patches here and scars, so it looks like maybe he was burnt while he was training to use the Staff of Sunlight. So he bears the scars of trying to use the weapon, but now he has completely tamed the weapon, so yeah. That's Ra for you. Again, not much else to say. He is just awesome. That is all. He is just friggin' awesome. Yeah, if I had any more guys down here to compare sizes with him, I would obviously just compare sizes, but it's not really necessary at this point. I am sort of rambling now, just to stretch out the length of the video. I don't know why. Anyway, I will be doing more reviews on the elite guards and stuff like that, and also I think that my next review is going to be on a new MOC I've created called Jericho, who was briefly featured in the slideshow of this guy, by the way. So yeah, this is Matty Sensei 666 signing off, and goodbye.